Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped, something.
I wasn't expecting that either.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
Because then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
It's funny. I haven't seen that before.
And it feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things. Of a world where they can exist. This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening. It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light. When you hit that first joint, in the morning, and
I actually feel a lot more awake.
We can start wherever you like.
Okay, it's not very straightforward, but it's a part that is it's like a kid who I need someone to connect with me and to emotionally connect with me and see me.
Mm-hmm.
And help me to deal with my feelings.
Right. Sure.
But I can't get that. I'm afraid. I'm really afraid. I'm really afraid to ask for that because no one cares and no one's gonna do that for me because I'm not worth that.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's they're just not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And so I'm desperately alone,
mm-hmm.
and this isn't the right place for me, and I need to go.
Okay.
Because I'm just not. I just can't be here because I just don't feel like anyone cares about me emotionally, and so I just need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And then there's a part that's you fucked up your whole life and you're so stupid and you're so look what you've done, fucking nothing, and you're just a fucking mess. And if you leave, you're just gonna be where the fuck are you gonna go? No one's gonna take you and no one's gonna accept you and you're never gonna find anything. It's just really bad.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like shame, like that I'm like it's really bad, and that everyone knows that, and that and then like everything I'm doing is like I'm crashing down around me because they're all talking about me and they all know how bad I suck, and that like so I should just get the fuck out of here before that happens.
Yeah.
And like go somewhere else, but I don't know where to go because like no one loves me.
Yeah. Okay.
And no matter where I go, like I'm not going to be able to like connect there. Like I can't connect to anything.
Yeah. Okay. So I think you're right that you've identified those as parts, you know, the one that feels just so painfully unlovable and unconnectable. And then the one that shouts that part down and says that you know you'll just fuck up, you'll fuck up more, you already did fuck up, and look where we are because of you, kind of thing. So it's good that you're identifying them as parts. I know it feels like so overwhelming when they take control like they do.
Yeah, they're really big right now.
Yeah. So
like I just some parts of me just want to die.
Yeah.
Like that's the only way that this is going to be painful anymore.
Yeah.
And I can't be here. Like I can't be present in my. And I always feel like I'm always like wait. I'm always like have to be like near this part. I can't go away from this part. I can't like abandon this part or like distract myself from this part. I have to always be there, like watching it.
Yeah, and you feel frustrated or like burdened by having that have to, like it needs too much from you.
Yeah. Like I'm always like babysitting it, kind of.
Yeah, makes sense.
But like I don't even know it. It's just that I'm always kind of like, I can't go do that because I have to stay here. I can't go do that. I can't go to the gym because I will abandon her. I can't go anywhere. I will abandon her. And so the only thing I can do is drink.
Yeah.
It's like when I drink and I don't notice, like I can go away.
Right. Okay. So I just want to make sure I'm hearing it all right, which is this part, it feels like it needs you so much that nothing works to alleviate that pull other than drinking or some other like kind of desperate kind of reaction, like you talked about, almost suicidal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's an exile part that needs that connection, and those other parts are, I mean, they're all doing what we would kind of expect. The exiles want that, and the protectors come in and try to push it out. So to work with them, all I know to do is to get to know those protectors, ask for their permission to get to know the exile, because you said earlier you feel like you don't even know the part, and I think that's the underlying problem, is that this part is going to keep crying for you until you're able to get to know it better. But there's other parts saying, no, we're not interested in that. So it's a process, but that's the way out being the way through that I know.
Okay.
So if you want to start by focusing on one of those loud protectors, like the ones that want to drink, or the ones that are shouting about how much you fucked up.
Yeah, like the one who's like always telling me that I need to leave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe we should get to know that one.
Okay.
Where do you feel that in or around your body?
It's kind of like in my throat, like the thing that's like making me cry.
Mm-hmm.
Like in my heart, kind of.
Okay. And when it comes up, when you notice it there, how do you feel towards it?
Like really sad, like really like oh fuck. I don't know what feeling that is.
Like it would be too hard to handle or too hard to face, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like like I was so overwhelmed. Like,
yeah.
Like what? Okay.
Something I've been told and I've seen is that if we can ask the parts not to overwhelm us just in this conversation, just to get to know them, and they'll agree to that, then they won't overwhelm us. So
okay.
if you can, let the part know, the part that's telling you gotta leave, let it know you want to talk to it, that you need it to turn down its volume a little to be able to understand it, so you don't get overwhelmed. And if there are parts in you that are feeling like, oh shit, I can't do this, just see if you can ask them for some space, and just, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes, to let you get the straight story from this part.
Okay, yeah, it's like turning down the volume so I can understand it. It says it will.
So you're feeling curious about the part that wants you to, telling you to leave?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm curious or if there's like another part that's kind of like curious, but like it's not me. It's like another part.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it could be a self-like
like
part.
Serves that part. Yeah, it's like it like serves that part. It's like afraid of that part.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like, okay, all right, I'll do it. Like, okay, what do you need? Like, okay, just calm down. It's like appeasing.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, I think if you're feeling fearful towards the part, then you're blended with a an afraid part. And I would just ask that part to give you some space. You might think about it going out in the other room. You can go read a magazine or play with some toys. Just see how it reacts to that. You just need a little space.
It's kind of skeptical, and it's like kind of frozen.
Yeah. And they can jump back in too if the part needs to. If it needs to come back in because something feels overwhelming, it can do that.
Yeah, like it doesn't really want this job anymore, but it's like doesn't really also believe that it can leave because it's gonna get in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. It's a lot of heavy issues. Okay, well, it does sound like there's a lot of parts that want to be active. If you feel like you're in a space where you can try to get to know this part that wants you to leave, then we could go forward and try to talk to it. And if not, we'll get to know some of those other parts
I told her that it wouldn't let it get in trouble, and it was okay. And
yeah.
I just kind of stepped into like the more like adult role.
That's right.
And so it's okay. Like it lasts.
Right.
I went into the waiting room.
Perfect. I'll see if you can let the telling you to leave part let it know you're curious about it. Invite it to conversation. Let it know this is a safe place for it to share what it needs to share.
Yeah, it's like these people don't care about you.
Okay, so that's the first thing it has to say. These people don't care.
Yeah, I'm like, why are you always trying to leave? And he's like, these people don't care about you.
Yeah. And when
you should get out of here.
And when you hear it say that, does that make sense to you? Why it feels that way? Does it resonate with you?
I mean, I have a lot of experience with that belief.
Mm-hmm. So it's at least a familiar path.
Extremely, yeah.
Yeah. So just let it know that you get it. You're very aware of it. When it speaks up, you hear it clearly. Whether you feel it clearly. And just see what else it wants you to know about it.
Yeah, it's like you fucked up, and like they hate you, and they think that you're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like blended with that because that's definitely like hitting me emotionally.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it really makes sense to you, or that's again, it's clear. Its position that they think you're crazy and that they hate you is something that you can. I'll use the word appreciate, but you can see through its eyes a little bit.
Yeah, it's very scared.
Yeah. That sucks. I mean, that sucks for it, right?
Yeah, it's so scary. It's like the worst scary.
It is. Let it know that you feel that way, that you think that that's a shitty situation to be in and that you want to help it out.
But can myself be crying out of like compassion, or does that mean I'm like blended?
Absolutely. Okay. This part's carrying a major burden, and it really doesn't like its job. I'm assuming it really doesn't like its job, right? And it's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, like a big, ugly, like boar.
Yeah.
And it's like really freaking out.
Yeah.
It's just like really, really trying to protect itself.
Mm-hmm. It's trying to protect you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're in agreement that if everyone hates you, that would be really not good. Right?
Like that I'm in agreement with it, that would be really bad.
That would be really bad. If
yeah.
So just
it would be really bad.
Let it know that you understand that that's if that's why it's freaking out or defending itself or however it's being, that makes sense to you. And that you appreciate. That's the next step, is just trying to show it appreciation for being on the lookout for that.
Okay.
How does it react to that?
It's just kind of like, yeah. Like morning less, like more like kind of just like, yeah, that's right, yeah, doing it. But kind of calm me down.
Yeah.
But he's scared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can ask more about what it's afraid of. I know we've already heard, it says it's afraid of everyone thinking you're crazy and hating you, but just to kind of see if you can lean into that kind of texture of that fear and really try to understand more about its situation, its experience.
I'm not really getting anything.
Okay. how are you being with it now? You said it was calming down a little.
Yeah, it's kind of like laying down, like he's not like happy, but he's not like mourning and breaking shit.
Yeah. And would it make sense, or would you be able to get closer to it, or kind of extend a hand to it, or if any of that feels right? Just see if it would.
Yeah, it feels like it still feels like it's very afraid of like the unknown. Like it's like any minute like this can just happen. Like any minute like it's coming. Like it's we gotta be ready because it's like
Yeah.
You don't know it's gonna. It's like very like afraid of like. It doesn't have any security. It just feels like very insecure that it doesn't have any.
Yeah.
Like anticipation. It doesn't trust. It doesn't trust. It doesn't feel like the ground is like space.
Right.
It's like in a dark. It's in the dark. It's in a dark place that it doesn't know what. It's like disconnected from information.
Mm-hmm. Does that all make sense to you, that it's kind of disconnected from the external information, and it's how insecure it feels?
Yeah, like it doesn't even know how to know if something is like safe.
Yeah, that sounds like a really, really tough position to be in.
So it's got like the worried eyes like my dog gives me.
You could try asking it what it would rather be doing with its energy inside of you. If you could solve its problems, if you could change that or heal that feeling of not being secure, or what would it rather be doing?
It would rather be like my dog, like in the middle of bed, like with everyone, like being scratched, like laying on its back, like in a totally like undefensive position.
Yeah.
And feeling like really just like safe in the middle of the family.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, see if you can just kind of stay with that image, and even if it's just kind of fantasy, a hypothetical of where this part could be or where it would like to be, just stay with that. Maybe you can play that out a little bit with it.
Yeah, it wants to go from like a dog like tied to a stake in the yard, like barking and like angry, to like whole and like loved and like not, and just like really cozy.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be vigilant. I just don't want to be vigilant anymore. I want to be like totally, belly open, like belly up to the sky, like no one's gonna stab it.
Yeah. And how's it feeling towards you? How's its level of trust for you now? You can just ask it.
I mean, it's still not. It needs more, like, assurance. Very distrustful.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't like. It's like believed this before. It thought it was like a no the day before, and I was like back out in the yard.
Yeah.
So it's like what's going to be different now? Yeah, let's just stay here because I can't handle being sent back out into the yard.
Try asking it what it would need from you, what it needs from you in the future to get closer to that place of feeling loved and safe.
It doesn't know.
It's okay.
Is there like another question?
Yeah, I have other questions. I just wanted to know that it doesn't have to come up with all the answers. We're just trying to listen for whatever it has to share.
It's like it doesn't know even what are the options.
Yeah. Well, you can kind of try showing it. You can.
It doesn't like recognize that.
Yeah. How old does it think you are?
Like 4.
4, yeah. So go ahead and update it on your real age. And just
Okay, that seemed to make it like feel a little less serious.
Can you say that again?
Seemed to be like oh, and then it kind of relaxed.
Yeah, it thinks it thought it was protecting a 4-year-old, and that's probably when it kicked into gear. But you can show it your real age, and you can show it just some of I'll use the word resources, but I mean your ability to love and your ability to create safety.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that I'm that great at that.
Okay.
But I could try.
Yeah.
Like I could intend that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I see it. Like you could try to be better when I'm not. It's just like I'm so hyper vigilant all the time that I don't. And I don't know how to prioritize that like love feeling.
Yeah. Well, you could do for it 100 times more than a 4-year-old could. In that, rather than it having to look out for you, you could do some looking out for it. Even if you're not perfect at it, even if you still have your own concerns and other parts that are jumping in.
Sure, yeah, sure, visual, and I can give it like safe home and like food and water and like
Yeah.
like a you know, a nice place to live. That's like certainly not charging fees in the yard.
Right. Yeah, just
but I can't be like always going to like the dog park and always like I can't do that because that feels overwhelming.
Right. Yeah. So we want to help it find a new role and just build that trust with you so that when it does need to get your attention, it does that in a way that works for you and that you can respond well to. And so that's kind of more about just,
that sounds good.
Yeah, just asking it really what it needs from you. And again, it doesn't have to have the answers, because I have another direction we can go when it after we ask it that again.
Okay.
So just one more though. What does it need from you in the future to help relax? Knowing now that you're not 4.
Okay, thank you. Okay, okay, what does it need
from you to help feel relaxed?
To help feel relaxed. Okay, to be like by my stomach. It wants to be like kind of just like with me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of dancing. It's kind of like a proud dog now, like being just like a dog. It just wants to be like a dog, like a nice, like a good dog.
Yeah. So it's still vigilant, but it's not in that role. It would still be with you and alert, but not afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be like a dog, like where it would like bark or something. Somebody would, like not let someone attack me or something. But it's just like a normal dog. Like not going to be in that position.
Right. Yeah. Sounds nice.
Yeah, and like if I was like sick or sad, it would be like there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I would say thanks to that part for letting you get to know it and for doing that, showing you what it would rather be doing, and showing you really what it's afraid of.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And we can do it now or we can do it later or whatever, but the next step is finding that 4-year-old and healing it and recovering it and making it so this protector doesn't have to work so hard, because that part isn't doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. I would like to find the 4-year-old.
Okay. Do you have any other parts that are concerned about you doing that work?
About me doing that work?
Mm-hmm.
Not right now.
Okay. Great.
But she's not like she's not in the room right now.
Okay. So,
how can I find her?
Yeah, what can you do to deepen your access to her? What can you do to invite her? Maybe that dog-like protector can point you in the way, because that's the pain that it's been protecting you from.
Okay, maybe she's like kind of down in this like tree.
So you're able to see her?
Yeah, she's just kind of like in there, like she's really stuck in there.
Yeah, how's she doing? How's she feeling?
She looks extremely bored.
Yeah.
She looked very like neglected bored, like bored where you like there's no stimulation, no interaction, no.
Yeah. And how do you feel towards her when you see her like that?
I feel like pain in my heart, and I feel kind of scared.
Okay.
Like something really bad is happening.
Can you say that last thing again?
Like something really bad has happened.
Yeah. Something bad may have happened to her.
Yeah. She's like basically, I mean, she's not dead, but she's like dead.
Yeah. Do you feel ready to get closer to her and to learn more about her?
Yeah.
Okay. See how you can let her know that. Show her that compassion that you have for her.
There's a part who's like kind of like judgy.
Mm-hmm.
He's like afraid of her, like you're afraid of like homeless people.
The judgy part's afraid of what?
So he's afraid of her, like he'd be afraid to bring home like an adopted child with problems.
Yeah.
Like this is gonna fuck up. Like I can't.
She'll be overwhelming.
She'll be overwhelming. She's gonna derail all the business. She's gonna need way too much care, and she's probably not gonna be able to recover.
Yeah, she'll just stay in that hurt place.
Yeah, unreachable.
Yeah. Well,
she'll always be weird.
Yeah, it makes sense for that part to be worried about all that.
Yeah, what can I do with him?
You can ask him, you can let him know that you're going to get permission. You're going to get, you're going to check in with this young part and ask it not to overwhelm you. And you can also let it know that you're not committing to anything. This is just an exploration and curiosity. You're not obligated to do anything for this part.
Okay. It's skeptical, but
yeah.
Okay. It's trusting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can you show that girl that compassion that you have? And just invite her to talk with you.
Wait, there's something else there.
Mm-hmm.
It's distracting me, no, there's something else there.
Something else there?
I tried to talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to talk to her, and I was ready, and then it was it was the weird thing of feeling it was a thing of I was gonna be rejected and not know how to connect.
Yeah.
I didn't have the skills.
Right.
But it wasn't really I would be rejected by her, but it was just by children in general.
Yeah.
And then I can't. And then there's it's she's she's kind of unreachable.
Yeah. Well, so again, I think there's a part of you that's worried that you're going to do it wrong, and I just would let that part know that we're not making any promises to do anything to fix anything. This is just curiosity.
Okay.
that curious toe in the water. And you might even, explicitly ask the girl not to overwhelm you when she shares with you.
Okay, I kind of had a connection with her. She looked at me.
Yeah.
And she kind of gave me a tired smile.
Oh.
What do I ask her?
You could ask her if she feels like you understand her pain.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else that she feels like she would like to show you in order to help you understand better, or?
I don't know what's going on, but she took me. We both had this fire, this smoke, and then we were in a field with nature.
Does it feel good? Does it feel right?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Okay, great. Yeah, just keep doing that.
Yeah.
If it feels connecting.
Yeah, we're free and we're alone.
Yeah.
And we're camping.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's stars and there's trees around and it feels really nice. And I feel she's like, oh my God.
Yeah. Does she feel like she can tell you anything?
Still that part that's afraid of fucking up with her.
Yeah.
So that kind of blocks me a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm still curious and I'm still there.
Yeah.
I just am afraid of the vigilant part of coming in and shutting this down.
Yeah. Yeah. And it might, I think that was kind of part of the deal, is that if it really feels the need to, it can, but if this girl has a story, and it doesn't have to be some horrible trauma, it could be telling you something beautiful that she's thinking about. We just want to know that you're open to that, and that you're okay being with her and listening.
Yeah.
And of course, you don't have to
She
share
doesn't really have.
anything with me.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. But she doesn't, thank you, but she doesn't have trauma. She just has, like, neglect.
Yeah. And are you okay asking her about that and learning more about that from her?
She doesn't have anyone.
There's nothing that she wants you to witness.
What?
Nothing that she wants you to witness.
If she does, I'm not picking up on it.
Okay. And so you're able to go to all these different places with her and feel close with her. And you can just ask her if she wants to stay in those places or stay with you and not go back to that feeling neglected place. See if she's ready to do that.
She's not, I don't have her, like, really clear.
You say that again?
What?
You don't have her what?
Really clear. Like,
Mm-hmm.
she's kind of, like, once we were running in the field, like, I haven't been able to really talk to her.
Yeah. Well, do you know why she was in that dark place or in that feeling disconnected place? You can either ask her or if you can make your best guess on that. How does she get there?
I think she just went in there because everything outside was too chaotic and unpredictable and
Yeah.
didn't make sense.
Right.
And was kind of hurtful.
Yeah.
But then she was like stuck in there. Like she was like asleep or like she was just like dead.
Yeah. And are you able to reconnect with her now?
And she's got a lot of energy. She's almost like not human. She's like
a 4-year-old. Superhuman.
Yeah, she's even like a spirit. Like she's like stars and night and fog and like she's kind of dispersed.
Yeah, she's got a lot to show you.
Yeah, maybe so.
A lot to offer. And she can embody all those things. You might remind her that if she overwhelms you, then you won't be able to help her as much. And it could be overwhelmed with, abstract stars instead of just the conversation, the direct communication with her.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Wait, say that again.
Well, if she's only speaking in really abstract ways by being a spirit that is in the stars, kind of thing, that could be a way of I'm using the word like overwhelming, but it's like if you're not able to process what it is she's saying, then you could ask her to, speak more directly with you and let her know that just that can be hard to translate. Are you able to connect with her now?
She kind of calmed down and now she's like a girl again.
Yes.
But she's like not really talking and I don't know what she wants. And then I told her I was 50.
Yeah. Does she trust you?
I think I'm so scared of her.
Yeah.
Like there's a part that's afraid of her.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel there's a part of me that's like, well, we can't handle this.
Yeah.
We are definitely going to fuck this up. What about when we go? Like this is the part that's like I can't always be vigilant about this.
Right.
I can't or I like where I'm like what if I fuck up?
Yeah.
What if I fuck her up? Like what if I can't take care of her?
Yeah. What if? Maybe we can find out what it is she needs, because it sounds like there's a part of you that's worried that she's going to need too much. Yeah. And so maybe, again, just with the curiosity, like trying to figure out what she needs. And maybe it'll be something that isn't too much for you to provide, or that you're happy to provide, that you enjoy providing. So you could try asking her.
No, yeah, there's just a big part that's like, I can't handle you. I can't do this.
Okay. Respect that. Respect those parts that are concerned about that.
But that is like the part that put her in the tree.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are protectors that exile your exiles. They put them far away so that you're not overwhelmed.
Yeah, and the message is like, you're too much. This is just like too much.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, probably from my parents, like my parents were getting divorced when I was 4, and I'm just sure that it was too much.
Yeah. Sounds exactly right. It's the message you got. And the protectors came in to remind you, to remind this 4-year-old that she was too much. And
yeah, and I was like, I was trying to protect my dad.
Right.
I was supposed to protect my dad.
Yeah.
And save my dad. But I'm not big enough to save my dad.
Right. And now you can see all that. See what a difficult, impossible situation that is for this 4-year-old. And you're right that if your job was to save your dad, that is too much. Like if that's really what she had to do, then
I mean, she for sure thought that, like,
yeah.
She had like all these dreams of him like getting kidnapped and her having to find him, and then of him like going up in a spaceship.
Yeah.
And like he was getting killed and she couldn't land the spaceship to save him.
Yeah, and she's showing you those dreams now.
Yeah.
And how do you feel seeing that that's the kind of things she's dealing with? How do you feel towards her in that situation?
Yeah. Her dad and brother got kidnapped and she was like left alone in this closet in an apartment. In a dream, but that's like what happened.
Yeah.
And then everyone was gone. And then she was just like stuck in there alone, and like nobody would
interact with her,
connect with her. Yeah, with like all the scary feelings. And she's like, "Oh, I'm okay. Like I'll be fine. Like I'm fine. I'm fine." But like, obviously, she wasn't fine.
So she had a lot of scary feelings.
Yeah, and like no one would ever check in or help her manage the feelings.
Would it be okay for you to go back there with her in those times and to be with her in a way that someone needed?
Yeah.
Could you try that? Go back into her time when she's having those dreams.
Yeah, she wants like to look you in, like to be looked in the eye and like, you know, like to stay connected, like in a constant conversation of like, oh shit, that is really scary. Like I don't know what to do. Like
Yeah.
Oh, why don't we do this? Like,
Yeah.
let's go. Like a friend, like a partner, like a partner.
Can you do that for her now? Look her in the eye, and again, maybe like back in that time, be that person that she needed.
Like, do I have a car and money and stuff?
You can do it however you like. You can imagine you at your current age, or honestly, you could even change ages if you want, and you go back into her time, and you be whatever she needed. If she needed you to talk to someone, then you can go talk to them. If she needed you to just sit with her and look her in the eyes and talk to her about her feelings, do that. If she needed you
Can we like just leave and like go have fun and just be not crazy?
Absolutely. I think that when you originally connected with her, that was kind of the first thing that she jumped to. And I was a little hesitant in saying, okay, are we skipping some steps? So really understanding what she's dealing with. So that was just kind of me being extra cautious.
You mean because she went into the field?
She went into the field, yeah. And then and you know, the answer is yes, you can. And I think you should take her and get her out of there and take her to be with you. But I also want to make sure that she's not going to feel like she's still partly stuck back there because of something unprocessed.
Because we didn't like process it. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's really, it's your call. It's just if she's telling you what she needed and you can do that for her to any degree, then I would suggest that.
Yeah, she needed like a happy, like connected adult who was like focused on her.
Yeah. And can you do that for her right now? Even if it's just for a second?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit came in like one of the protectors like, well, it's too late. You've already like spent plenty of time being distracted and hyper vigilant and not having a good time with your own daughter and your own son. Like, what do I...
Yeah, we're going back into her time.
Okay.
Just try it, see how it feels, see how she likes it. See how you like it.
I mean, I don't love going back into those times. It seems pretty...
Even as your current self, going back into those times. Just to be with her when she's feeling alone in the closet.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of just want to take her out of there.
Okay. Ask if she's ready. To be out of there.
No, she actually doesn't want me.
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't want to.
Something she's still afraid of losing.
just wants me to like be there with her.
Yeah. Do you want to try again?
She doesn't want to lose the family.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Are you okay with trying again to go back in her time and just being there for her the way she needed someone to be?
Okay.
You can ask her to show you what she needed, or you can just use your wisdom that you have, or both.
Yeah, she wanted me to like put her to bed at night
There you go.
and like lay with her and make sure that she was like, you know, accompanied.
Yeah. And are you doing that with her?
What?
Are you doing that with her?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's really happy.
Great.
And she does trust me. And she feels more secure.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah. Anything else she wants you to do for her at that time? Does she need you to talk to anybody?
She wanted her mom.
Mm-hmm.
She wants her mom to be there.
Maybe something you could kind of facilitate, something you talk to her mom for her?
Yeah, okay. I talked to her mom.
Mm-hmm. How did that feel? And how did she feel about, how did the girl feel about you doing that?
She was like, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. She likes having you around.
I think she's older now.
Mm-hmm.
She like really loves her mom.
She really what?
Loves her mom.
Yeah. Maybe that older version also has something that she'd like for you to do, something that, a way that you can be with her in a way that she needed someone to be with her.
She really likes me telling her mom to what specifically to do.
Yeah.
It feels like very validating.
Yeah, you're able to give that information.
Am I able to what?
I was just saying you're able to give the mom that information that she needed and that they needed her to have.
Yeah. Yeah, the mom, it wasn't like on purpose. It was like she didn't know.
Yeah.
She just didn't know. And the girl couldn't tell her. So
Right.
now that I told her, it's kind of like connecting them.
Mm-hmm. And you could let her know that that is something that you could keep doing for her. If there's other things that she's feels like she wishes she could communicate to adults in her time or in your time, that's something you could keep doing for her.
Yeah. Yeah, I can keep doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. I could even maybe begin with that.
Yeah. Yeah, you can make that your thing.
Yeah, she feels a lot better.
You want to invite her again to come with you or to go to a place where she feels, well, anywhere she would like? Fantasy place, present day, any time, any place. Where would she like to be?
She wants like wonder and awe. She feels a little scared and a little lonely though.
Yeah. Just let her know that when she's feeling lonely, when she's feeling neglected, that she can let you know. That you can be with her, you can do these things with her.
Okay.
And again, she doesn't have to go anywhere she doesn't want to go. And you don't have to, make any promises that you don't think you can keep. It's all just brainstorming and understanding what it is she really needs. And feeling into what it's like for you to provide that.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do with her, or that she wants you to do with her now?
No, I just had this like weird feeling in my heart.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you get those like pins and needles because your fingers waking up.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that. It's kind of weird. Hmm.
Do you want to reach back out to one of those protectors, the ones that were so sure that you would either be overwhelmed or not be able to provide or connect with this girl, and just show them what you're doing?
Yeah.
And show them if they make it easier for you to just access her, that you can get in there and do some real work and do some real help for her, healing for her.
Yeah. What? That one that was like afraid that she was like crazy and homeless and like weird. Like,
Yeah.
what? And he needs a new gig. Like, I don't.
Yeah. He doesn't have to do that anymore.
He doesn't have to do that anymore.
Right.
She's fine.
Yeah.
She's not a problem.
She's fine, and if she has a problem, you can attend to it.
Yeah, I'll take care of it. We're good. We're connected. So he can do something different.
And you might just show him options, let him think about other ways to show up. You might kind of rehearse it all, do a dress rehearsal. I know when this happens, I feel this pain of neglect, and I know this part shows up, and here's how I can address them. And you can start having these conversations that, for you and I, it takes an hour, but once you've established those channels, you can do it in minutes,
Wow.
You can just...
That would be amazing.
Yeah, because you're familiar with your dancing partners and these parts, and what they need.
Oh, okay. So they're not like dissolved; they're there. So that they're
they're
just, like, doing different
they're
things.
going to be there forever.
Yeah.
It's just,
that's kind of nice.
Yeah, it is nice. There are parts of you, they're there for a reason. They all have good intention. They all have superpowers. And if you can get them on the same team, get them aligned, then everything's right in the inner world. It's just your ability, your willingness and ability to communicate with them and, keep them from beating up on each other, which is usually what happens when they don't have that leader.
Okay. Okay.
So I would say stay with that 4-year-old, check in with that 4-year-old over and over, like daily.
Okay.
Even if it's just a minute of just, I see you, I remember, I like being with you. You're not too much.
Okay. Okay.
And there's, there are a lot of steps still, and there's things on my list here of things you can do with these parts. So, I would say, I know it's easy to like get impatient and be like, okay, well, got that solved. It's, it's a process. So.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, got that solved. And then like this came. I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what your 4-year-old needs. She needs someone to just be with her.
Yeah, just to be a kid.
Yeah.
She just needs to be a kid.
Yep. So how's it all feel now?
Good. I feel pretty like it's intense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel pretty like wiped out.
Yeah.
But I feel calm and connected. I don't feel like anxious and desperate like I did when I got on the call.
Okay, well.
It's like there's like more room in there.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So much.
Thanks to all your parts.
What?
Thanks to all your parts. Thanks for.
Yeah.
They show up. They step back when you ask them. They play by the rules that you. When you let them know what your rules are.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would say you can expect to need to continue retreading these paths. It's not going to be the last time that these parts pop up in familiar roles.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I've seen I've been doing art. I've been I went and had a daughter day with Ingrid on Saturday, and we had a great time. I've been able to correct course when I'm being all vigilant and bitchy. I've been able to be no, soften,
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, it's definitely better.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Do it again sometime.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, really, thank you so much. Don't thank me because you just gave me this huge effort. You really, really helped me.
I really enjoy it.
And It's like a miracle.
It's great.
I appreciate it.
Okay. Well, have a good night.
Okay, you too. Thank you, James.
Yeah. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Zikri, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows, that might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, we must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube. And they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.